watched last week's video, we talked through if starting a personal chef business side hustle is a good fit for you and your personality, if you're ready now, and some examples of how much money you might make. So this week, we're diving into the nitty-gritty about how to get started if you've decided, hell yeah, this is what I want to do. Hey there, Chef Shelly here. This channel is for passionate home cooks who want to get paid to do what they love. I've had a successful personal chef business for over 15 years, and I help passionate home cooks just like you start their own successful personal chef businesses. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, hit subscribe and ring the little bell so that you never miss one of my weekly videos. So the first thing that you need to do when you're going to start a personal chef business as a side hustle on top of everything else that you're already doing in your life, your job, your family, maybe kids, friends, everything, is to schedule focused business time. Not sexy, but very necessary. I've got a question for you. When you first decided that you wanted to start a personal chef business side hustle, did you maybe feel a little scattered, or maybe it was just full-on chaos? You really just haven't even really started yet. You don't know what to do. You're feeling kind of overwhelmed or confused. Do you ever feel like everything in your life except for this gets your attention? If you're nodding your head along with any of this, this is why it's time for a new approach to your schedule. You need to make some dedicated time for your schedule, for your business, because what drives your business forward and will actually get your side hustle up and going, even if it's just a little bit here and there, you, my friend, need a routine. So enter the concept of this focus business time. This is the part of your day, or however often in your week, that you fiercely protect in order to give yourself not just space to spend the time on areas that matter most for moving your personal chef side business hustle forward, but the mental space. So the rules on doing this are strict, but the rewards will be huge. So here's how you can get hyper clear and committed to your business focus time. Step one, figuring out what you want when you're done with it by asking yourself, what do I really want to accomplish in this time that I've set aside? Think about this in terms of what area of your business are you working on that you want to move forward, and how this space is going to get you to that. And then step two, you need to make a strong commitment, and you can do this by asking yourself, what will happen in my personal chef business side hustle if I'm making this time for focus? When you really dial into why it's important, you'll be more committed to it. Three, set the time. I'm talking about getting it on your calendar, getting it scheduled. So you do this just by asking yourself, what is one block of time that I can reserve every day, 2 to 3 times a week, whatever. And keep in mind, you can start with 30 minutes a day if that's all you have. Hell, I just read a story from Amy Porterfield's podcast on side hustles about an entrepreneur who started their side hustle and making money in 15-minute increments of getting things done because they were focused. So do what you can. It's not about the quantity of time, it's about the quality. Just commit and be consistent. Step 4, decide on your routine by asking yourself, okay, how am I going to make my space physically and emotionally distraction-free? So do you need to turn your phone off? Do you need to turn off all the notifications that come in? Do you need to put a do not disturb sign on the bathroom door? Seriously, it works. You know, maybe you need to take it a little further. Do you need to book a sitter for a couple hours, or make a deal with your partner to watch the kids just for 30 minutes so that you can get some work done? Think about it. You only have this precious hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. You need it to be a vault. Lastly, step 5, be consistent with it. Keep it dedicated to your personal chef business side hustle. Maybe it's hard for you to do something for yourself, but you do stuff for other people all the time. So is there someone else who can help you stay accountable to what you're committing to? What friend or maybe a family member can just help and check in with you that you're actually doing your focus time on your personal chef business side hustle? So just creating these small side hustle success habits and little mindset shifts will really set you up for success as a new business owner. You'll make the shift from kind of the employee mindset to the entrepreneur mindset, where you have to be accountable to yourself. And once you do that, you'll never look back. All right, let's move on to what to do first in your focus time. You'll want to decide what your services are. What do you want to do in the limited time you have in your personal chef as a side hustle? Do your services want to be small dinner parties, meal prep, baked goods like cakes and cookies? Whatever, outline exactly what you want to do. Then decide how often you can realistically fit them into your schedule with your regular job and your family commitments and your personal life. Do you want to do 2 small dinner parties on weekends? Do you want to just get one weekly meal prep client that you can cook for on Sundays before your work week starts? However your regular work schedule is, you'll need to decide what your dream situation is for how much personal chef work you want to do. Then decide on your pricing for each service. So meal prep services, I always tell people, should be a flat rate plus groceries. And I will link to another video that'll go in depth on pricing meal prep services. If you're going to do small catering events, come up with just 2 or 3 example menus and price them. I'll link to a video on that too. And then the final step is, are you ready? Wait for it. Tell people. Seriously, that's it. There are a million other things, yes, that you could do. And there are a ton of things you will need to do if you really want to set this up long-term or transition full-time, and leave a full-time job to have your own personal chef business full-time. But in the very beginning, to even just get started, all you need to do is those 4 simple things to get it started on the side. So while this framework step-by-step that I just gave you is important, there's something else that's even more critical, and that is you truly have to treat your personal chef business side hustle as something legit. Just because it's not your full-time thing that you show up at and somebody else tells you what to do and you do it and go home doesn't mean it has to be just a hobby that you never even really get paid for. If you don't treat it like it's important, like it's a priority, it will never become lucrative. You've got to show up seriously for it to grow. It won't grow if you, again, don't treat it like it's important. You've got to nurture it. You've got to show up for it. And I know that deep down, most people thinking about this really would love for their personal chef business side hustle to become their full-time thing. And the way that happens is even at the beginning, even when it's a side hustle gig, like, you don't treat it like a hobby, you treat it like a business. So that is really something for you to seriously think about. Now, just to give you a warning, this is not going to happen happen overnight. So I want you to be realistic and be patient with yourself. You've got this, and I can't wait to see what you're going to cook up for yourself, because I'm telling you, the clients are out there and they are hungry for what you're cooking.